Good morning, gang. Happy Tuesday. So, seems like I released a firestorm last night with y'all when I was telling you about the reports coming out of Ukraine about chemical weapons being used in Mariupol. Y'all need to think about this, okay? And I mean, trust me, I read the comments, lots of people saying it's a false flag. Comments saying, oh, gee, you're talking about Russia, Ukraine again. Well, okay, you know what? None of that matters what you think. Okay. We are preppers. This isn't in our backyard. We aren't the ones being gassed. We aren't the ones having bullets fly over our house or artillery shells landing in our backyard. But we are preparing for it. Now, if anybody's ever taken a look at what the tagline is on this channel, it's on every live stream, it says, prepared for anything. Now, if people want to bitch about me talking about Russia, Ukraine, then all you want to prepare for is hurricanes, great. Prepare for hurricanes, okay? But don't come running when all of a sudden there's no power, or there's a famine, or there's an invasion on the southern border, or somebody knocks on your door to take your guns away, or your kid gets a draft notice in the mail, or whatever. Prepared for anything. It doesn't matter. This is the point I was trying to make last night. All right. If the reports were that Russia used chemical weapons on Mariupol, whether it's true or not, I'm giving you what's out there. Pretty hard to verify it because there aren't any journalists in Mariupol. Yeah, some people could say there's a couple of bloggers or whatever it is who, yippee, okay? I mean, we've all seen how staged half of the YouTube stuff is that is up there, or the Twitter or Telegram stuff. You know, it's very slanted one way or the other. You know, y'all have seen the videos where somebody took, oh, look at all the dead bodies, and then on camera there's one of the guys in a body bag getting up, okay? You know, so a lot of that crap is staged just for clicks. And I tell you this, not only YouTubers, but the mainstream media and everything, okay? It doesn't matter. What the point is the reaction to it that we make. Now, I'll give you this. A lot of you guys say, oh, gee, it was actually the Ukrainians who bombed their own people. Look at what Bashar al-Assad did back in, 2017, I think, when he gassed his own people in Syria. Could that be possible? Yes. Okay. Like I said yesterday, these are reports coming out. Now, the other things that I will throw at you, could Russia have done it? Hell, they poisoned Navalny, so, they're not against both. Neither side is. I take no sides in this war, guys. I've told you that many times. All right. Even though Mrs. P is Russian, we don't take either side. Neither, nor does she. All right. Her heart bleeds for both of it. She's got anxiety over all of this stuff because she's watching her country go to hell because of this. Trust me, it's not like we're sitting around here going, woohoo, look at this. No, I just want this over, all right? I have no dog in this fight. My point is, we have to prepare for what the fallout can be. Could this be Russia? Yeah. And what's happened? Biden said, if Russia uses chemical weapons, we're gonna go nuts on Russia, hell to pay or whatever it put. Okay. Russia knows that. So does Ukraine. So we all know, and how much I've bitched about Ukraine with the gimme crap. Who's to say Ukraine didn't do it themselves and say, oh, look, it was Russia, and gimme some more. All right. Remember, guys, we are talking about one of the most corrupt countries in the world, okay? Money laundering, criminal, I mean, you name it, okay? every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, we've got to go over there and fight for democracy," I about gag. If anybody thinks Ukraine is a democracy, you are seriously demented. Okay? There's no other way to put it. My point is, what is going to be the fallout for the rest of us? And I will give you one real good point. Remember that little thing about 20 years ago called weapons of mass destruction? Remember that? That supposedly Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, and we need to send, we meaning the West, primarily led by the United States, need to send in military forces and all this sort of stuff to topple the government and destroy the military and destroy the WMDs. And we never found any. Okay? And then it's like, oh, now we've got to go into Afghanistan and yada, yada, yada. And we spent billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars. What did I say the other day? $300 million a day for 30 or for 20 years. Okay? Was what Iraq and Afghanistan cost. And we got absolutely nada out of it. 20 years ago, the Taliban was in charge. Today, the Taliban is in charge. All we got is a big debt and a bunch of dead people and a boatload of injured soldiers. Okay? This is the point. It doesn't matter if chemical weapons were used. And I mean, it's now starting to dribble out. I guess the UK is called for investigations, and so is Australia, trying to confirm all of this independently. I mean, the outside nations confirming this, rather than Ukrainian media or anything like that. I mean, Zelensky came out overnight and said he's trying to confirm this. Okay, so that's where it stands right now. You know damn well if they find anything, there's going to be some sort of cover up. It's going to be the pointing fingers. Russia's going to say, no, we didn't, of course. Ukraine's going to say, it was them, it was them, it was them. Okay. And where we wind up with this is what the concern is. I don't give a crap as to what the cause was. I'm most concerned about what the effect is. Does the effect mean that we're now sending more money, more weapons? Does it now mean we're sending troops? Does this mean that now, like Iraq, we're going to war? Guys, it doesn't take a lot. It just takes somebody to say something, and all of a sudden our world has been turned upside down. Okay? Like I said, people bitch. Why do you talk about this? Why do you talk about that? Prepared for anything. How are you prepared if this does blow up into World War III? It doesn't take too much. You know, let's say the finger pointing keeps going on, and all of a sudden one side or the other, primarily Russia, says, screw it, we're just going to drop a tactical nuke. Okay? Wars start on little things. World War I started over an assassination. That was it. Okay? You know, there's lots of assassinations that have gone on in the world. They didn't turn into world wars. Okay? World War II, different animal. But World War I was over an assassination, Archduke Ferdinand. Something, unless you're Archduke Ferdinand, little to the rest of us. What are you doing to prepare for it in case it is? You need to prepare for something like this. If it becomes reality, either way, nobody cares. Just the fact this is being talked about and potentially was done should be enough to go, oh crap, now I need to think what's gonna happen next. That's the whole point to bringing this stuff up, guys. If you don't want to hear about the Ukraine stuff, if you don't want to hear about gardening, if you don't want to hear about guns, if you don't want to hear about the southern border, Okay, there's that little X in the upper right-hand corner on every video. Nobody said you had to watch it. Okay, I put out information that runs the gamut on anything that I think could be important for you guys to know. Whether it's a a grinding mill, whether it's a solar generator, whatever would be. Take what you want, leave what you don't. But please don't come back and say, why are you talking about this? Because it's important to me, and I think y'all need to know. If you don't want to know, that's fine. Put your head back in the sand, act like a normie, and move on with your life. Have a good one. Pinball out.